Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Unpontificated. Mark Carney has had a stellar, kind of up and down, really. But if he was to look at his last few days or the past week or so, 10 days, he would say it was a net up. With that speech that he gave in Davos, that the whole world has been talking about. I think everybody has heard this speech, and people are speaking so highly of it that it was the speech of the I don't know, the most momentous speech almost ever. Certainly the most momentous speech of Davos, the most momentous speech at the from since the UN started. Um, the elites absolutely loved it, absolutely gushing. Now, I heard the speech. There was a good speech. It was very well articulated. The guy spoke well, eloquent. It was a good speech, delivered very well. And some of the items there on that speech were actually accurate in terms of, the strong powers are leveraging their economic might against the middle powers. Okay, yeah, that's a fact. And so there you go, Carney. Woo! um, so my whole thing with the speech is that it got me thinking, and I've heard a few things also on other podcasts that people have said. Mark Carney had just come from China, right, where he had made some sort of deal, got some concessions for a canola, canola oil or pork or seafood products, and actually now beef, Alberta beef, Canadian beef, is not going to be allowed to be sold in China again, and in return, Canada is giving China the EVs, Chinese electronic vehicles, access back into China. Mark Carney has said it's going to be capped at about 50,000 cars, and he's removed the 100% tariff that he was asked to do by Biden, and lowered that as well. So there's been a little bit of a react. Of course, um, we have heard from Trump on these two items. My thinking are these are two items that were sure to get Trump's attention. So Carney made a deal with China, so made some deals with China, resetting the trade arrangement with China. And then Carney goes ahead and makes some statements at Davos that were sure to get Trump's attention as well. So these are two things that he did within a matter of days that were sure to get Trump's attention. Now, Carney is not a foolish man. Carney does do things. He's actually a smart guy. He is certainly way smarter than Trudeau ever was. And so my thinking is that why is he doing this? Why is he doing things to get Trump's attention, to actually annoy Trump? What's the plan? Like why? And I think there is a plan and there is a reason. We here in Canada being told that it's about trade. I don't think it's about trade at all. I think that this is simply about politics. That's all. Here's my problem. The US, 77% of our exports go to the US, right? So they're their number one export trading partner by far. Number two is China. And by the way, Carney is fond of saying that as if that's important, but it's really not that important when it's 4% for China, 3.8 for the UK. If you want to take the European Union as a bloc, it's high. I think it's about 10% the European Union. And if you want to take Asia, the ASEAN or the Indo-Pacific, even that's higher than just China. So we've got blocks that are higher than China, and we've got blocks that are also more in line with our values in terms of human rights than China. So why not improve the UK, European Union, and instead of going to China? And we have trade with China, but why are you resetting it to make it? I don't know. So to me, there's a reason, and I think what's happening is we're about to go to an election. I had said that in past that I thought we were going to a an Easter election around Easter time, April-ish, spring election, Easter election, whatever you want to call it. No, they didn't want us to go to a Christmas election, but that was the scare tactic there. So I shouldn't say Easter. Let's say spring election. That makes people feel more at ease. So, and Trump is now being used as a scapegoat. Remember, Trump won Carney the election last time. Poilievre did not do a good job of pivoting to Trump the scary guy, and Carney did. People were afraid of what Trump might do. People were sure that Carney is going to be the best person to deal with Trump. How's that working out for you? And so Carney won. Now, Trump is going to be used as a scapegoat again. Carney's going to say something like, I had to go to China. I have to diversify my Canada's trade. I'm the person who's out there. Listen to my speech at Davos and how everybody liked it. Everybody's rallying around Canada now. Everybody knows me. I'm the best person to get us over this hump of getting our trade diversified better than anybody else. And it's because of Trump that I have to do this. So give me the mandate, give me the majority that I crave so that I can do the things that I need to do. That's what's going on here. It's not about trade. This is about politics. This is about getting a majority. And Carney is good at it. The Liberals in general have been very good at manipulating the Canadian people. And Carney is taking this next level. And Canadians are buying it. So you can look at, another way that Carney could spin this is, if trade with the U.S. worsens, it's not because of me, it's because of Trump. If CUSMA or USMCA unravels, again, because of Trump. Trump didn't want to negotiate. Again, Trump's the bad guy. So what do you expect me to do if I have no CUSMA? I had to go to our next trading partner, to China. And again, Trump forced my hand. Trump is going to be used as a scapegoat. 100%. So now I've heard this, a lot of other podcasts, The Hub, Kevin Klein, those guys have also made a kind of a pitch. Is this an election? What's Carney doing? Because he's not a dummy. There's got to be a reason why he feels it's to his advantage, not maybe to Canada's advantage, to his advantage to get Trump upset. And for me, guys, I don't like this. I don't like this, this really wangling, making these inside deals and these terrible thinking that he's doing, especially because nothing's happening here at home. We're talking about this at work and talking about the Davos speech. And one of my coworkers said, look, I just want my grocery prices to come down. And this is basically what people want, and Carney's there busy saying, well, it's all very well. I am heading out there. I'm trying to get deals. I'm trying to get people to invest here in Canada. Well, then do it then. Right now, nothing's going on. It's been a year. I said I was going to give you a year. The year's coming up. And I think by the time the year's up, we'll be in an election. The year's coming up. Grocery prices are still skyrocketing. Our gas prices went up. The housing starts are not matching what the needs are. There's no pipes, no oil pipes being started, not even a sniff, not even a sniff. And investments, they're not here yet. I mean, maybe that speech will do it. Maybe that speech, people are going to rally around Carney and start investing in Canada again. That would be fantastic. But as of now, people, the speeches are nice. He's traveling all over the place. But now, as Pierre Poilievre actually said, is okay. We like what, speech was nice, but we need to see things happen here. And if things start happening here, people are going to give Carney another chance. I mean, if you do what you said you were going to do, we'll vote for you. Yeah, if we see some results, we're going to vote. Canada will vote for you. But Canada, please, if we're not seeing results, why not give another guy another chance? Somebody else another chance. We've had what now? Almost 12 years of the Liberals, and we've got nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it, except nice speeches. Listen to what Kevin O'Leary said about what he thinks is going on.
So now President Trump over the weekend threatening massive tariffs on Canada. The president posting this: if Canada makes a deal with China, it will immediately be hit with a 100% tariff against all Canadian goods and products coming into the USA. Now, the Canadian Prime Minister, Carney, now pushing back, saying this on Sunday: we have no intention of doing that with China or any other non-market economy. What we have done with China is to rectify some issues that developed in the last couple of years. So where does this stand? I want to bring in Kevin O'Leary, chairman of O'Leary Ventures, who now is apparently a great actor, too, after his spell in Marty Supreme. Well done, Kevin. I want to congratulate you on that. Now,
thank you.
Tell us, where is this going? Or is that actually going nowhere, do you think, in the end?
No, actually, it's a very important development, but for reasons most people don't see. But let me explain it by the numbers, because, as you know, I look through all of these issues as an investor. Trump hasn't talked about Canada for almost 14 weeks, and all of a sudden, in that speech in Davos, the spitball fight between the two of them, all of a sudden became top agenda item for both countries. But here's why it's important. If you actually look at the Canadian index, the stock market, in the last 12 months, it has doubled the performance of the U.S. If you look at the Canadian dollar, it's up an additional 5.2%. You've basically made almost 40% going long Canada, because the market believes that these two countries have to unite one way or another economically, not from a sovereign basis. And Trump made that clear, just joining the dots for everybody now, when he said Greenland was a strategic importance in terms of missile defense. Now, everybody knows you've got Alaska. Everybody knows you've got Greenland on the east now, or should have it, sounds like it. But the big hole in the middle, that's Canada. That's the NORAD agreement. And that technology is so old up there, you have to go out of the tent with a firecracker lighter to get a missile going. It's floppy disks. It's 1960s technology. So billions have to be spent if you want a defense dome. Canada's got to be part of it. And frankly, the countries need each other. 70% of what's purchased out of Canada comes out of the United States. So this is the beginning, and I'm very proud to make, I think, this announcement of a negotiation. I know it sounds crazy, but these two have to kiss and make up, because both have something the other desperately needs.
Well, what do you think about that? O'Leary takes a slightly different angle, more of a military angle, but he certainly feels that this tiff, so to speak, will end, and he was right there that Trump had not spoken about Canada in a long time, and then Carney put Canada back on the map, and I think that's the reason is because with an election coming, Trump will be the scapegoat again. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think that Carney is playing a game, basically? Do you agree with me that he's no dummy, and he knows that what he says will get a reaction from Trump in the U.S.? Do you think that he's deliberately trying to get a reaction from Trump in the U.S.? And this is all part of his plan for a spring election, so he can get his majority mandate. And if he does, God help us all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.